Hello, everybody. My name is Kevin Ramos. I've been a New York Jets fan since 1982, and I wanted to talk to you today about Zach Wilson, the man of the hour right now, because today Robert Saleh, coach of the Jets, said that Zach Wilson, the much maligned Zach Wilson, will be starting this Sunday at home against the Detroit Lions. Apparently, Mike White has some issues with his ribs, bruised ribs, fractured ribs from the lack of protection that he got last Sunday against Buffalo. As you know, he left the game twice and came back, tried to lead the Jets to a comeback win. Unfortunately, that did not happen. There's a lot of conspiracy theories going around as to why Zach Wilson is starting. Maybe the coaching staff wanted to force. We're basically looking for a way to get Zach Wilson as maybe it's a directive from Joe Douglas. Who knows? The thing that's kind of got me a little frustrated is he deserved to be demoted after the whole thing with New England. He deserved to be the third string quarterback in Chicago and not suit up. Same thing with the Minnesota game. Unfortunately, that punishment and that reset kind of came back and bit the Jets in the rear end against Buffalo. Joe Flacco did absolutely nothing and quite frankly should never wear a Jets uniform again. Despite Zach Wilson's deficiencies, if he had been, available for last Sunday's game against Buffalo, I think the Jets might have had a better shot of pulling off that victory. With that being said, a lot of people are down on Zach Wilson, and I understand, but at the same time, this is about the New York Jets making the playoffs, and me as a Jets fan of 40 years, I'm going to support Zach Wilson. I just want the W against the Lions this Sunday. And if he plays well against the Lions, he'll probably start against Jacksonville. And I hope he plays well. I want Zach Wilson to succeed. I want Mike White to succeed. I don't care who the quarterback is. I'm not wishing failure on Zach Wilson to prove a point that he was a bust. I don't wish ill towards Mike White. I don't wish that he failed to prove that, okay, Zach Wilson was the guy along. I really don't care, okay? Unless you're going to roll out 1998 Vinny Testaverde, who was probably the best quarterback the Jets have ever had since Joe Namath, and Vinny Testaverde had probably the best year of any Jets quarterback since the Joe Namath days. Who are you going to get? Bobby Brister, Frank Reich, Neil O'Donnell, Christian Hackenberg, Pat Ryan. I mean, you really don't have a choice here. And as Jets fans, a lot of us do not believe that Zach Wilson is that dude right now. But listen, at this point in the season, 7-6, you're trying to get to the playoffs. We need to get behind him, okay? Because if he stinks it up, guess who's coming in? Joe freaking Flacco. So at this point, what choice do we have? Again, I'm going to support Zach Wilson because this is what matters right here, the New York Jets. And I want the Jets to go 8-6, 9-6, 10-6, 11-6. I don't care who the quarterback is. If Zach Wilson is the guy that gets us to those 4 wins that we're probably going to need to get into the postseason, that is fine and dandy with me. I, as a Jets fan, am starving for a playoff appearance, and it's been 12 years. So all this ill will towards Zach Wilson, while I understand why, and I understand that he didn't take accountability for the whole New England thing, hopefully this time that he hasn't played has gotten him to reset his mind and his body and his soul, and he'll come out there with a proper attitude, and hopefully his teammates will back him up. There's all these rumors that the locker room doesn't like him, which again is understandable. Hopefully his teammates don't leave him hanging out to dry. Hopefully the offensive line does a better job this week than they did last week with Mike White, because that pass protection was god awful, and honestly, it didn't matter what quarterback was behind center last week. So the offensive line's got to get it together, and not only do us as fans, we need to back up Zach Wilson. The guys in the locker room need to back up Zach Wilson, irrespective of what's happened in the past. Right now, your focus is to go 8-6, and then hopefully 9-6, 10-6, 11-6. So we'll see what happens Sunday. I really hope nothing but success for Zach Wilson. Hopefully he won't do a dud like that New England performance and go throw for 79 yards. But listen, if he throws for 500 yards and loses, I mean, what good is it going to do? I just want him to play well, no turnovers, no interceptions, play smart football, take your chances. Most importantly, get that W, and hopefully the Jets will go 8-6 going into next Thursday against Jacksonville. All right, see y'all later. Bye-bye.